Fear of extinction. Physiological. Definition. The fear of annihilation, of ceasing to exist. This is more than just a fear of death or how we might die. It strikes at the very heart of our fear that we will simply no longer be. Examples of triggers include the dark, flying, heights, fatal diseases. Dr. Elberstadt calls it existential anxiety and asks us to consider the panicky feeling we get if we look over the edge of a tall building.
狼牙山玻璃栈道。
别在这场子里面，在任何东西慢慢来，怕什么？再走一步，再走一步，对，OK。
Fear of mutilation, body invasion. Safety. Definition. The fear of losing a part of our body, having our body's boundaries invaded, or of losing a natural function. This will be any fear where we feel physically unsafe or under attack. Examples of triggers include, in this part, we fall our anxieties about creepy crawlies like spiders or snakes, animals like dogs or sharks, and any animal you believe to be harmful. Also, anxiety about crowds, needles, germs, surgical procedures, or having to make a trip to the dentist. Laws of autonomy, self-actualization. Definition. The fear of being restricted, confined, trapped, suffocated. As Dr. Elberstadt puts it, the fear of being immobilized, paralyzed, restricted, enveloped, overwhelmed, entrapped, imprisoned, smothered, or otherwise controlled by circumstances beyond our control. When it's a physical fear, it's called claustrophobia. But our fear of being smothered, restricted, unable to take care of ourselves, or dependent on others can also apply to situations in our lives or relationships. Examples of triggers include commitment, poverty, debilitating illness, aging. In addition, situations where we feel helpless or powerless. For example, at work, your boss tells you to do something you don't want to do and refuses to discuss it with you. You have to do it or lose your job. You feel trapped, helpless.
No.
Yes.
Hilarious. Meg!
Hey.
Why don't you take the stairs? You sure you wouldn't be more comfortable?
God, Harold, I may be claustrophobic, but I'm not walking 10 flights. Besides, my therapist says I really need to confront my fears and...
No, I have Wednesdays.
Allison?
Fine.
Get in there.
Meg,
Oh my gosh. Oh my god, everyone's so close. Everyone's so close. No, we're in a happy place. Where are we? In a happy place? Yeah, right. We're at the beach and we're surrounded by endless space. Oh yeah, and there's seagulls. Yes. Oh, what sound do seagulls make? Okay, that's right. Here, so you're gonna drink this water and you're gonna count backwards from 10. Can you do that like a big girl?
No.
Uh-huh.
I'll see you guys later. It's my floor.
All right, Meg, baby steps. Hang in there.
So I'm not doing that again.
Fear of separation, abandonment, rejection, belonging. Definition. The fear of abandonment, rejection. We humans have a strong need to belong. Dr. Elberstadt refers to a loss of connectedness, of becoming a non-person, not wanted, respected, or valued by anyone else, which literally threatens self-well-being and survival. Fear of separation. Examples of triggers include When a relationship ends, a friendship, divorce, or death of a loved one. Sometimes when a relationship ends, we also lose an extended set of friends too, increasing that loss of connectedness. This type of fear can also be triggered when the relationship deepens, and with that an experience of vulnerability. What happens if this person I rely on leaves me? So a fear of intimacy. An argument or disagreement with someone important to us, at home or at work. Also, have you noticed that when someone ignores us or gives us a silent treatment, this often feels worse than being yelled at? Triggers can also be less obvious. Extended separation, even a voluntary one, can subconsciously trigger this type of fear.
Separation anxiety disorder commonly occurs in children and can start as early as 3 or 4 years old, the preschool age, and move on through adolescence and adulthood. Separation anxiety commonly is when a child becomes extremely upset to leave their caregiver or their figure of attachment. Children with separation anxiety disorder may become very tearful when left in a certain situation where they feel like they might be alone, and their tears may range from subtle crying all the way to extreme tantrums and avoidance of being left alone. Children have a great deal of difficulty being comforted when they feel anxious due to the separation. While separation anxiety can be handled through behavioral strategies and interventions, it's usually a systemic approach between teachers and parents or other adults in the child's life to help them feel comfortable and secure. Over time, children frequently become more comfortable in their situation and the separation anxiety symptoms do decrease. While there are many different features of separation anxiety disorder, this is a brief overview of some of the signs and symptoms.
Ego death, shamed, worthlessness. Definition: we all need to feel lovable, worthy of love and of value in the world in order to have healthy relationships with others and with ourselves. When we are shamed and humiliated, it can threaten or destroy our belief in our worth, our lovability, and our value in the world. Without that, we are nobody. Literally, the supposed number one fear of public speaking will fall into this category. Examples of triggers include failure, criticism, bullying, victimization, mistakes, public speaking. There are genuine shame triggers like when we are caught in a lie or doing something considered wrong by society. But feelings of shame and worthlessness are often triggered by expectations of judgment or criticism from ourselves or others when we messed up, losing one's job, or if we left our house unlocked and got burgled.
Please welcome Dr. Cassius Gagek.